acknowledge the presence of my distinguished former colleague in the Cabinet and the National Assembly and the Chairman of Pakistan People's Party, Mr. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and of course another very valued colleague, Ms. Hina Rabbani Kar, who has been the Foreign Minister and currently chairs the National Assembly Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs. My dear friend Ata Tarar is not momentarily here, but thank you, Mr. Tarar, for this kind invitation, and of course my appreciation to Institute of Regional Studies and Ambassador George Salim for always dragging me to these things in which I'm a willing victim. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin by quoting the American writer Henry Thoreau, who said that the life in us is like the water in the river. The life in us is like the water in the river, and therefore I'm here to argue for living rivers. And I'm also here to prosecute those who threaten a civilization, who have contempt for international law, and who choke rivers to punish and coerce humanity. And what I'm prosecuting today is that India has weaponized water. What does this mean? We have heard from more than one distinguished panelists that on 25th of April 2025, India unilaterally put in abeyance the Indus Waters Treaty, a treaty that has survived four full-scale wars and 65 years of unbroken enmity between two nuclear power neighbors. So the treaty has some resilience, had some resilience until it was put into abeyance, which Mr. Sufi has told us is a legally meaningless concept because it doesn't exist in the treaty. But they didn't just put the treaty in abeyance, ladies and gentlemen. After the abeyance came the threats. And I want to quote exactly what was said. The Indian Water Minister said, "We will ensure that not a single drop of Indus water flows into Pakistan." The Interior Minister, Amit Shah, said a month later, "No, Indus Waters Treaty will never be restored." Mr. Patil, Mr. Shah's boss, Prime Minister Modi, first said in 2016, has repeated since, and Professor Zigo quoted it, that blood and water cannot flow together. But they didn't just make the threats once. They have repeated the threat. The Water Minister, Mr. Patil, has repeated this, and External Affairs Minister Jaishankar has very recently confirmed what the Interior Minister said, that Indus Waters Treaty will not be restored. And to those who said that India hasn't acted on its threat, I have only one slide, if you can put this on, of a list of actions that India has taken. If the computer guy is awake, otherwise I will just read out what is there. The next one, please. Next slide. Yes. So this is a list of actions to answer those that India hasn't said or done anything since it put the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance. That was on April 23rd, 2025. In the next 2 days, India cut off all hydrological data and flood warnings. Then it went on in which it announced a three-pronged water denial strategy for all western rivers. And on May 4th and 5th, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is worth paying some attention to, the Baglihar dam gates were closed, which reduced flow in the Chenab River by 90%. I think it was mentioned earlier. Also, on May the 5th, the Salal dam gates get closed. In May 2025, again on the Chenab, they flushed the reservoir. Then it goes on and on. But the important thing is that India has, in the last year, has continued to take actions to stop and divert Pakistan's water in the western rivers. It continues to make threatening remarks and for a very real effect, I think we can see the August-September 2025 incident when its dam gates were released without advance notice on the eastern rivers, which is Ravi, Chenab and Sutlej. and nearly 4.7 million Pakistanis were affected by that flood when those rivers were opened without warning. So India has acted on its threat, and the same incident that I just quoted, when India decided to stop the flow of water on the Chenab River, a senior Indian government official told the Indian Express newspaper, and again I want to be precise in quoting that official, unnamed Indian official, he said that this stopping the flow of water was, and I quote, a punitive action. By doing this, even if the choke is for a short while, we demonstrate that we will take coercive steps. The Chenab River irrigates Punjab farmlands, and Pakistan needs to realize we mean to punish them on all fronts. So this is the policy of the government of India. Choke, punish, coerce. And punishing and coercing the human beings who drink from these rivers and the flora and fauna irrigated by these rivers. 200 million people choked, punished and coerced, not for what they did, but for what their government is accused of without any evidence. The Indian Home Minister, I want to complete his remarks, because he did not even bother with euphemism. After declaring that India will never restore the Indus Waters Treaty, he continued on, he said, and I quote, "We will take water that was flowing to Pakistan to Rajasthan by constructing a canal, and Pakistan will be starved of water that it has been getting unjustifiably." So it is his word, starved.